Hi, folks. Andrew here. Popcorn and whiskey. I'm the face who runs the place. Salute. Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day. I got the lights a little dimmer tonight. More ambiance going on here. All kinds of stuff going on. So tonight, what I want to talk about, bad dates. Yeah, we're going to talk about some bad dates. But before we do, hey, here for the first time, appreciate it. Go check it out, andrewpoletto.com/drink. Go over there, buy me a drink, buy me a cup of coffee, help support the show a little bit if you like it that much. Even if you don't like it, at least go over there and support the show. Got my popcorn right here. Got my drink right here. And Saturday evening, Valentine's night, Valentine's, what have you. I have it all set up for those who want to call in. There you go. If you want to call in, feel free to. And tell me about your bad dates, past bad dates if you had any. Or if you want to talk about your good dates, you can do that as well. Whatever kind of dates you want to talk about, you can come online. You don't even have to use your real name. You can say your name is Joe Lunchbucket or something like that. Well, whatever it is, it is. I'm going to talk about, oh, wow. Oh, sorry about that. I am going to talk about a couple of dates that, let's just say, weren't the best as we get going here. But if you tuned in earlier, we did our Daytona 500 predictions, me and my buddy Kenny, and that was a fun show. If you missed it, go back and watch it. We had a good time with it. Technology actually worked with us this time, and we got it all taken care of. And it went smooth, which is definitely non-traditional for us at all. Definitely non-traditional, but we got it all done. So I'm hoping everybody can hear me because I changed microphones. So before I get into everything here, let's, I guess I should come over here and just to see if people can hear me or not. So, okay, it says I'm live. Okay, but am I being heard? That's the thing about it. Yes. Okay. So that's good. All right, we got it rocking and rolling over there. Okay. There have been issues going on with my streaming platform, and hopefully we got it all taken care of. And I am adjusting a few things here and there. And those who are friends of mine in my small town, hometown of Clinton, Indiana, thank you for being here. If you have been watching anything I do, you know that the Andrew and Clinton drive-bys have been going pretty well. I'm having a good time with it, and people are requesting different places to go. And what I'm doing is I'm driving through Clinton videotaping, like a point of view videotape from the front of my car, videotape, whatever it's called, camera, video in from the front windshield of my car, and I'm doing commentary about the places I'm going throughout this city, or throughout the town, I should say. Thank you, Ann. Yes, I hear you. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, yeah, if anybody wants to call in, there's a line 765-505-7348, and let me know what your thoughts are for that, to call in and tell me about any kind of bad dates, or if you want to comment on some of the stuff I'm going to talk about. So, top of my head, now I do not have any notes in front of me. I was thinking today I should write some notes, but that would go against tradition for me. I don't use notes. I'm more of the wing it type of guy, and it just works better for me that way. It's more of a conversation type podcast anyway, or live stream, and that's how I like to do it. And that's why I also have the number down here, 765-505-7348. Give us a call. And if you have a bad date, you want to talk about past bad date, we can go from there. Okay. So let's talk about date number one. And these are in no particular order. Okay. No particular order for these dates. So let's hit the way back machine a little bit. This is from around the 2004-ish time frame. I don't know the exact month it was. It was not a Valentine's Day date. I was working in Cleveland, and in the office I was in, I was actually the district manager at a bank, a mortgage bank, and I was working late night paperwork. I hate paperwork, but I was doing it. Phone rings. Of course, I answer it. I'm there. Phone rings. Why not? It was a solicitation call. Yes, we had them back then too. Not like they are now. Most of the time back then, at least the ones I was getting, were English speaking. No accent English, just proper English speaking. And I don't even remember what the person was trying to sell me, but they were local. Whoever it was local. And through a series of asking and communicating and me being in the goofy mood that I was, I turned on the charm, if you will, and found out the girl on the other end lived locally, and we decided to meet. Sight unseen, she asked what I looked like, and here's what I told her. I never forget this. She asked what I look like. I said, I'm 5'1", 350 pounds, long, stringy red hair. And she says, oh, that sounds pretty good. I got really, that sounds pretty good. Long, stringy red hair, 5'1", 350 pounds. A male. Yeah, that sounds really good. Really appealing. We decided to meet at a coffee shop, a burger joint, whatever it was, just for casual drinks. No alcohol, no bar, anything like that. Just for, like I say, coffee or sodas or whatever it was, Coca-Colas, whatever, Pepsi. So we meet. Right away, I'll walk in, and I recognize her because she described herself to a T, which wasn't flattering or flattery, whatever it's called. But hey, I said, why not? Let's go for it. So I sit down with her, and she says, you don't look anything like you described. No shit. Really? I hope I don't. Again, this was 20 years ago, so I was 20 years younger. Probably not as heavy as I am now. Probably a little bit more muscular at the time. Okay. This girl was a whack job. I mean, she was a whack job. Instead of me trying to get to know her after I knew she was lying about a few things, I said, I'm going to play this up big time. And I thought about this recently because of the Olympics. She said she was an Olympic swimmer, won a medal in whatever games it was in. Not knowing the internet was a thing at this time, I could go back and look to see to verify it, whether she was or not. Okay. She had a little tattoo on her ankle because of the friendship she made at the Olympics, and her and this other friend from another country decided to get matching tattoos. And her friend, whoever it was, again, I could look it up, right? And I looked it up when I got home. Her name didn't appear anywhere, and her friend's name didn't appear anywhere in any of the past Olympics anywhere, right? So obviously she was making it up. But she said that her friend who won a medal in whatever swimming event it was at the time, but her friend passed away due to unfortunate accident, that she believes that this friend's mother and father were associated with. So she, the girl I was with, or the girl I was meeting, not what I was with, I wasn't with her, I was meeting her, hired a personal investigator to follow this other person's mother and father in another country to find out if they actually killed her or not. And she was, and this girl I was with, and I don't remember her name, I really care less about her name, was supposed to receive the medal that this other girl had. She's supposed to send it to her because they already made a pact. That was part of the tattoo pact, that if either one of them unfortunately passed, or whoever, when it was, they passed on, they would will the medal to the other person. We're talking, woo, we're talking out there in freaking Pluto land somewhere. This girl was whacked out of her mind. And at this point, the only phone number of mine that she had was my office phone number. I think I might have had a voicemail phone number at the time. You can only call in for a voicemail. I had it for business purposes. So she did not have my cell phone number at the time. And this is before you could look anything up on cell phones. This was before Androids or iPhones or anything like that. You basically had flip phones at this point. I don't even think at this point you could text. If you could, at least I couldn't. All right, put it that way. So, and this was before Facebook. So he didn't have anything of that sort. I'm sure I had her email address, I'm sure at the time. But obviously I never contacted her again because she was in freaking Pluto. So she must have talked about this. And I'll admit I was edging her on for a good hour. How we got an hour out of this is beyond me. I was in a position like, you know what? I don't plan on doing anything. I don't plan on making any kind of moves. I don't plan on pursuing this in any way, shape, or form. But while I'm here, let's have some fun with it. And so I was asking her questions because I know a little bit about the Olympics. I know a little bit about athletic competition. So I was questioning her and I was catching her in all kinds of fibs and lies about it. But it was quite comical. And when we left, she says, I'd like to see you again. I said, yeah, no problem. We can do it. No way. We're talking psycho, which is a running theme here, as you're going to see, as we go forward with this. So that was bad date number 1. So let me know what you think of that one. All right. There's a call line, 765-505-7348. Let me know what you think. Olympic swimmer, won a medal, befriended somebody in a foreign country, and that person died. So this one in this country hired a private investigator to go find the actual killers of this person who was supposed to get the medal from. Oh man, it got more and more deep. Why do I remember it? Because it's a fun story to tell. And I completely forgot about it until the Olympics were here. And I said, when I started thinking about doing a bad date story, I said, hey, you know what? There you go. The bad date story. I could talk about that. So, all right. Number 2, bad date number 2. Here we go. This is in Cleveland again. I lived in the Cleveland area. I guess there's a running theme there as well, Cleveland again. So this is when dating sites first came out, at least for me. And they weren't on the phone. Again, we didn't have the phones. Did not have the phones, these kind of phones at that time. We had the flip phones. With the flip phones, you could not connect to the internet. At least I couldn't with mine. If anybody else could, I didn't know about it. And before Facebook, I think YouTube may have started already at this point, but not in its present form, of course. This was, again, 20 years ago. Through this dating site, I connected with somebody. And at the time, you could email. Okay, you could email back and forth. And that's what we were doing, emailing through, because it was on online dating. It wasn't through an app. It was through online dating. We connected, decided to meet up. And before I left to go to the meetup place, again, for a cup of coffee somewhere, she had changed the date. Oh, she had changed the location. No problem. I emailed her back, said, no problem. Change the location and the time, I think it was. I know definitely the location. I said, yeah, I know where that is. No problem. We'll meet there. I thought it was strange, but hey, who am I to say one way or the other? I said, maybe she's running late. Maybe she's coming from someplace else. Who knows? Didn't care. I knew the location. Was no skin off my back, so to speak. Okay. Get to their new location, another coffee shop. And I don't think Starbucks is even around at this point, so I don't even know what coffee shop it was. Like, even if I went back to the area, I couldn't tell you where it was or anything, but I know it was a coffee shop. I know that much. I'm waiting, 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 waiting. This is, and she actually had my phone number at this point, okay? And I had hers. I said, I'm not calling her. She's the one that changed locations. I'm not chasing her down. She's the one that changed locations. I confirmed it. I'm not chasing her down. So I said, I had a cup of coffee. I said, I'm reading the newspaper at the time. I'm just sitting here reading the newspaper anyway. I didn't have any plans to go anywhere. Might as well finish my coffee, drink the coffee, read the newspaper. All right. About ready to leave, phone rings. It's her. Recognize the phone number. Hello, hey, where are you? She starts cussing me out up one side, down the other. I can't believe you're standing me up. Why the hell are you? Blah, 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 blah. I let her go. Let her keep talking and doing. I said, I didn't stand you up. Oh, yes, you did. You MFer, blah, blah, blah. She was going on and on and on. And I said, let's call her Betty. I don't know. I remember her name. I don't really care about her name. I never saw her. This is one and only, one and done type of thing. Went up and down, call me an MFer on the phone. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking this chick is goofy, man. She is, she's another one. She must be related to the Olympic swimmer person that I that I had. Pretty soon, I let her die down. I said, hey, you're the one that emailed me and wanted to meet in another place, and I agreed with it. I said, if you wanted to meet at your place you're at now, I could have been there as well, but you didn't want to. Long pause. She goes, oh, that's right. I did. I'm sorry. I got it confused with somebody else. I'm like, oh, okay. Confused with somebody else. No problem. Hey, once again, these folks at that time, you had more than one. You had multiple dates, which is fine. You got it confused with somebody else. But for her to go off on a tangent with me after she changed it and I okayed it, I go, oh, my word. So needless to say, that one did not work out. I don't know if you want to call that one an actual date because we didn't really meet. So we really can't say that was a date. Again, all the crazy chicks. Yeah. It was a running gag when I lived in Indianapolis on my buddies because it seemed like everybody I went out with had some sort of psychological, mental stuff going on. All my buddies started saying, "Hey, from now on, we got a questionnaire. We need your dates to fill out. This is getting ridiculous. Where are you finding these chicks? I don't know, but this is getting ridiculous." I said, "Okay, give me an example." And I give it. This is date number 3. All right, this is a bad date or weird date number 3. I guess you don't want to call them bad dates. Weird dates, because so far nothing bad really happened outside of wacko or psychotic or psychotic individuals. Not on my part, by the way, believe it or not, psychotic individuals. So I go to this girl's. I run into this girl. Okay, let's back up. So this is before the Cleveland thing. This is when I lived in Indianapolis. Yes, I have lived in multiple cities. Yes, I have gone around. Okay, so I lived in an apartment complex where you needed a swipe card to get in through the gate. You know, swipe your card and the gate opens, you drive through. I was riding my bike one day. I used to be a bike rider, ride 10, 20 miles a day. I was coming into the gate, so instead of reaching in my pocket or my bag, whatever I was carrying at the time, to swipe the card, a car pulls in front of me, opens the gate, so the car goes in, and I just follow the car in. And I see the driver is fairly attractive. I said, why not? So, I go to my apartment, and I see she's just the next apartment building over. So I just ride my bike over to there, and I go over and said, hey, thanks for opening the gate, blah, blah, blah. She says, no problem. You live here? I said, yeah, I just live over that one over there. She says, okay. We start talking. And I said, we'd like to go out sometime. So we both live in the same place. She said, I'm not some weird guy. I just live over there. You can confirm it. She said, yeah, I like that. Let's go out someplace. Let's go out sometime. I said, okay. And so we arranged for the next night for me to go to her place to pick her up. So go to pick her up. I forgot where we went someplace. I'm sure we went out to dinner or something like that. And I noticed that the chick didn't shut up. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I mean, it was just a wild night and nothing really came of it. I mean, it wasn't a bad date. It was memorable enough for me to remember it, but it wasn't something that was going to last in a romantic manner. Okay. We'll just leave it like that. So she said she'd like to see me again. No problem. I said, this ought to be fun. So we arranged it for me to go to her place next couple of days. I mean, so I go there and I kid you not, I set the time. I had a stopwatch on my wrist or whatever, on my watch, or I looked at a second hand, whatever it was. I kid you not. Knocked on the door. I looked at my watch, and then she opened the door, and I went in. 90 minutes. I kid you not. 90 minutes. I did not say a word. Not one word purposely. I remember this. I said, I'm going to see how long it will go for me not to say a word. I think, wait a second. I think I might have said hello or something like that. Okay. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I said hello. Other than that, 90 minutes. She did not shut up. I'm talking, did not shut up. We also went out to her car because she wanted to take me for a ride. She had some hot sports car or something. She wanted to take me for a ride in her car. While in the car, I did not say a word. We went on to the expressway there in Indianapolis, and she drives like a maniac. I'm like, I'm going to die. Nobody knows where I'm at. I'm going to die. And after that, I made it a point to wherever I went to pick somebody up or meet somebody, whatever, I wrote it down on a piece of paper and laid it on my desk or on my room or in the apartment, in the house somewhere. So in case I disappear, somebody, at least there's a trail somewhere to start somewhere on it. Okay. So I kid you not, for 90 minutes, I didn't say a word. The wildest. It was nutso. Needless to say, that relationship or that date didn't last either. It was just wowza. So maybe it's me, but I pick out the weird ones. That's for certain. Okay, so there's the call. 765-505-7348. Give it a call. Give me a call. Let me know your a bad dating experience. If you have one, let's hear about it. If you want to talk about a good one, let's hear about a good one. Maybe you had a great dating experience and it led to a lifelong relationship. I know several of those. My sister's one of those. Sister and brother-in-law. They went on a date or two, and after that, that was it. I mean, love it. It wasn't love at first sight, but love at whatever site it was. And they have been living happily ever after. So there you go. So dating experience, bad dates, good dates, all kinds of dates. But give it a call. If you had a date tonight, what'd you do? Did you go out anywhere? Are you staying at home? What are your, I guess if you're watching me, you're probably at home. So if you're watching me, I see several people are watching me on different platforms. I'm streaming on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. If you are watching me, give me a call. There's a call line. It doesn't have to be for 10 minutes. We can talk longer. Again, you don't have to use your real name. You can make up a name, 765-505-7348. Or if you want to come on live with me on here, we can do that as well. I can give you a place to call in or a place to log in, and you can be on screen with me. If you want to have a date now, just me and you, we can do that here. We can be intimate, so to speak, as intimate as you can be here on a live stream, I guess. Excuse me. So we can do that. So you're probably thinking, Andrew, have you had any good dates? Well, yeah, I've had some great dates. Did they last and relationship wise? Apparently not. If I'm sitting here on Valentine's evening, apparently the dates didn't last like they should have. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, that's my Valentine's show for this evening. Kind of depressing. You know what? I think I'm going to call it. I might come back later on. But I'm going to call it for the night. We'll just leave it there. We'll do that. Okay. All right. So thank you for being here. My name's Andrew. I am the face who runs the place. I'm going to see if I can get on somebody else's podcast or live stream, and maybe I will broadcast it here. But my name is Andrew, Popcorn and Whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. Salute. Cheers. Until next time. Ciao.